Good morning, everyone. Today is Monday, and we're going to be reading Giraffes Can't Dance. This is a silly book. It's lots of fun. And then afterwards, we'll do our artwork together, and we'll make our own giraffe. Giraffes Can't Dance. These pictures are so cute. Look at all these dancing animals. Okay, I'm going to show you the picture, and then we'll read it together. Gerald was a tall giraffe whose neck was long and slim, but his knees were awfully crooked and its legs were rather thin. So this is Gerald. I see a cute little turtle down below. He was very good at standing still and munching shoots off trees, but when he tried to run around, he buckled at the knees. He's trying really hard. Now, every year in Africa, they hold a jungle dance where every single animal turns up to skip and prance. Jungle dance. And this year, when the day arrived, poor Gerald felt so sad because when it came to dancing, he was really very bad. Now, there's a lot to see in this drawing, this illustration. See all the animals? I see zebra. Of course, you see Gerald. And there's lots of animals all the way around, getting ready to have some fun. Look at them dancing. The warthogs started waltzing, and the rhinos rocked and rolled. The lions danced a tango that was elegant and bold. The chimps all did a cha-cha with a very Latin feel, and 8 baboons they teamed up for a splendid Scottish reel. Can you see them all sitting around? There's a lot of animals. Gerald swallowed bravely as he walked toward the floor, but the lions saw him coming, and they soon began to roar. "Hey, look at clumsy Gerald," all the animals sneered. "Giraffes can't dance, you silly fool." "Oh, Gerald, you're so weird." That wasn't very nice, was it? That is not nice. But let's see what happens next. Gerald simply froze up. He was rooted to the spot. "They're right," he said. "I'm useless. Oh, I feel like such a clod." Poor Gerald. They didn't really make him feel too good. So he crept off from the dance floor and he started walking home. He'd never felt so sad before, so sad and all alone. Can you see him up in the corner here? Then he found a little clearing and looked up at the sky. "The moon can be so beautiful," he whispered with a sigh. "Excuse me," coughed a cricket, who'd seen Gerald earlier on, "but sometimes when you're different, you just need a different song." Okay, let's find the cricket. Can you guys see the cricket on the page? He's up here talking to Gerald. "Listen to the swaying grass and listen to the trees. To me, the sweetest music is those branches in the breeze." So imagine that the lovely moon is playing just for you. Everything makes music if you really want it to. Look at this great drawing. It actually takes up both pages. It's so big. And I wanted you to see this up in the corner. Can you see the cricket? He even has a little instrument in his backpack, which is cute. With that, the cricket smiled and picked up his violin. Then Gerald felt his body do the most amazing thing. His hooves had started shuffling, making circles on the ground. His neck was gently swaying and his tail was swishing around. Oh, look at that great picture. Look at Gerald. He looks so happy. He threw his legs out sideways and swung them everywhere, and then he did a backward somersault and leapt up in the air. Gerald is feeling the music. Now he's happy. Look at him. It's great. Gerald felt so wonderful. His mouth was wide open. I'm dancing. Yes, I'm dancing. I'm dancing, Gerald cried. He's so happy. Look at him on this page. He's enjoying that music. Then one by one, each animal who'd been there at the dance arrived while Gerald boogied and watched him quite entranced. They shouted, "It's a miracle! We must be in a dream. Gerald's the best dancer that we've ever seen." Look at him dancing. They're enjoying watching him now. How did you learn to dance like that? Please, Gerald, tell us how. But Gerald simply twirled around and finished with the bow. You see all the animals in a circle, and Gerald is in the middle dancing, having fun. Then he raised his head and looked up at the moon and stars above. We all can dance, he said, when we find music that we love. That was a fun story. Giraffes can't dance. Okay, so now we're going to get our supplies out and make our own giraffe. So let's get our supplies ready for our artwork. This is our fun book, Gerald the Giraffe Who Can Dance Now. Okay, so here's our supply list. We're going to need some white heavy paper. If you don't have heavy paper, you can use just regular white paper and maybe glue it to some cardboard when we're done to support it. Yellow and brown markers, a pair of scissors, and pencil. So this will be fun. Oh, also, if you want, we have to draw some circles for Gerald's body, so I'm going to trace things. So you can look around your house for something to trace. I found a plastic cup, and this is just some tape. So if you can find a few things to trace, that would be helpful, or you can just draw some circles. So we're going to start with Gerald's body. I'm going to use my tape. There we go. So I'll just hold it down and trace around it. If you want to just freehand a circle, that's fine too. Sometimes it's easier to trace something so it's really even. Okay, and then I need something for his head, so we want it to be a little smaller. You can decide how big you want to make his head. We'll be cutting these out, so they don't need to be attached. We're just going to trace them on the paper so we can get the right sizes. Okay. And now we're also going to need a neck, so we'll just draw a rectangle for Gerald's neck. About that size. And we're going to need a shape for his ear. It almost looks like a leaf on a flower or a petal. So we're going to need 2 of those. Just make them curved. Curve in and curve out. Okay, and they don't have to be exactly the same. We're not going to fold, this paper's heavy, so I'm not going to fold it over and cut 2 at the same time. We're just going to draw what we need. And then we're going to write the number 11. We're going to write it twice. And we'll put a circle on top. There we go. Okay, so these are all the shapes that we're going to need for today. And we're going to cut them out. so you can have your grown-up help you cut these shapes out. I'm using watercolor paper. It's a little heavier than copy paper. You could use cardstock or cardboard. If you have white cardboard in your recycle bin from something, that would work as well. So we'll be cutting all our shapes out, and then we will color them in. Okay. I'm turning my paper. That helps me get the shape without having to turn my scissors a lot. I know we've mentioned that before during our other lessons. You just turn your paper, open and shut your scissors, turn the paper as you go, watch your fingers. There you go. Okay, so we have 2 ears and a neck. I'm going to cut these down a little bit, it'll be easier to cut out. I'm going to turn my paper to get this circle cut. Now, I don't know if you've ever gotten to see a real giraffe in person. You should try to go to a zoo and see them. They're amazing animals. Fascinating to watch. Beautiful colors. And graceful. Okay, so there's our body for our giraffe. We'll cut out the head. So what I did, I just wanted to put it against some cardboard so you can see, something colored so you can see all the pieces we cut out. So I cut out 2 ears, 2 of those, a head, a neck, and then this is the body. And then what we need to do is make some circles and cut those out. And that's something for the grown-ups to do. It's hard to do on the cardstock or the heavier paper. So that's not for the kiddos to do. So just cut 2 circles, that space for fingers, because this is going to be a Gerald puppet. You can just draw some circles and cut. This one I need to make a little bit bigger. So same thing, you just turn it and cut. If you have a hole punch, that would be good, if it can go through the heavier material. So whatever works, and if you need to make it wider, you can stick your marker through it. That will smooth out the edges for fingers. There we go, nice and smooth. Okay, so I just wanted you to be able to see all the pieces that we're going to end up with. So we're done with our scissors. We are going to need some glue or glue stick. So what we'll do next is color our pieces for Gerald. So we'll use our yellow marker, and we're going to make this shape almost like a curved shape because we want to leave some of the white area for his nose and mouth. I have sticky googly eyes. If you don't have anything like that at home, you can draw in the eyes now before you color it in, so you can save the white of the paper. So I'm going to color in the head with my marker. Okay, like I said, leave a little curved space down here for mouth and nose area. And this is his body. You can just use the side of your bigger marker if you have it. It colors in pretty fast. If your markers are getting dry, you can switch off or use paint and then just be patient and wait for that paint to dry. You could do watercolors or poster paints, would be fine. If you wanted to, you could use yellow construction paper and glue it to some cardboard. That would work as well. So there's lots of options. Or yellow crayons. Everybody has their favorite type of thing that they like to use. Okay. One good thing about the marker, we don't have to wait for it to dry. So I'm going to actually color in the ears and leave these white. But I'm going to color the ears in yellow. Okay. So put the yellow markers aside and let those dry a little bit. Maybe we'll do some gluing. You put a little bit of glue here. You can use a glue stick. Put one here. There we go. Put one here. Okay. If the ears seem like they're dry, you can glue those on as well. A little too much glue, so what you can do is wipe it off on the other piece that you need to glue. Okay, we'll put one ear here and one ear there. Okay. And let's put them together. So I'm gonna glue this piece. This is the base of the neck. We'll put it under the head and just push down. You can wipe off any glue that you don't need. And this part I'm going to actually put over the belly or the body. There we go. You can tap and wipe off. I'm going to use a little paper towel. Wipe off some of the extra glue. So the glue is drying. While the glue is drying, we can draw in with our brown marker 2 circles right here for a nose, and we'll give him a big happy smile. And then we can start putting giraffe spots on them. Now when you do the giraffe spots, they don't have to be circles. It can be funny shapes. They can be ovals, any shape you want, because giraffe spots are not always circles. You can make curvy spots. Just color them in. You can place them anywhere. Just have fun with that. It's your giraffe. You can have some go off the side of your giraffe. Doesn't it look more like Gerald now? I might give it one more over here. Okay, if you want, you can draw in your eyes right now. I'm going to use the little googly eyes that I have. Let's see if they're still sticky. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, he's all ready now. So the fun part is you're going to lift it up. And now the 2 spots you made for legs, you can put your fingers in whatever hand you want. And these will be Gerald's dancing legs. Yay. See? Just put your hand in. You can do either hand, whatever works for you. And now you can make Gerald dance. Isn't that great? I think that's a fun project. You can make Gerald dance and do somersaults. Anything you want. So figure out whatever fingers feel the most comfortable for you, and he can dance around. That was a fun project to do together. I hope you enjoyed it. And I'll see you next week. Have a good weekend.